Welcome back. This really is a quick little video, and it's something that somebody emailed me about. They picked up on a little sound that I was using and said it didn't sound the same as theirs. And this is all to do with the creating the Bert Kaempfert sound. I know we've visited this before, but I just want to show you one really simple change you can make that, in my opinion, makes a huge difference. So I'm going to choose the default setting for Safari Swing. Now that's found in the movie and show bank, and that is that classic sort of Bert Kaempfert sound. Now there's nothing wrong with all of the orchestration in that style for me, apart from the fact that the pick bass, which Bert Kaempfert was so renowned for, is not quite prominent enough, and it's not to do with volume, it's just that tone of sound. So here's what I would do. I would go into Mixer, make sure that you're on the Style tab down at the bottom. And if we look, they're using a bass pick. So it's a pick bass, which you would assume is the right thing to do. What I'm going to do is turn the volumes down quickly of all the style parts here, so that we're just running the bass sound. Now that's great, but to me it's not picky enough, if that's the right word to use. So what I'm going to do is click on the image, and it tells us obviously the current sound that's being used. I'm going to go back onto page 1 into the guitars, and I'm going to choose a Strat Clean Mute. Now to me, that is more the sort of sound we're after. But still a few things we can do. So let's go back into our mixer, and I'm going to use the expanded mixer now, because something I wouldn't normally do, I'm going to put just a little bit of reverb on the bass sound, because if you listen to those classic Bert Kaempfert recordings, unlike in most recordings where we want to keep the bass absolutely clean, we want just a little bit of reverb. I'm going to start the bass playing, have a listen to the difference as we put the reverb on. Not much. I'm not making it a wash with reverb, otherwise that bass pattern becomes a little bit unclean, because the notes are blending into each other, but you need enough just to bring it to life. The other thing I'm going to do is go into the EQ, and I'm going to boost the high frequency a little bit. In fact, I've taken that up quite a bit, and it's just lifted the treble side of that pick bass. So we're really starting to get there now. The other thing I would do is go into the insert effects. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to switch on insert effect 2. There is already a chorus running, which is fine. I'm going into insert effect 2, and I am going to add, under dynamics, a stereo compressor. Now, just a word of warning, when you first put this on, because the volume is quite loud, that bass is going to be now really far too loud. So let's just take the volume down a little bit before we audition it. Okay, I'm really happy with this now. Now what I'm going to do is start to bring some of the other style parts back up. and we'll get a nice little mix that we like. Now, that trombone that's coming in with the little brass stabs, to be quite honest, I'd like a little bit more reverb on that. So let's have a look. Yeah, we've got nothing on there at the minute. So So all I've done there is go through the Master Effects Send on FX1, which is the reverb, and I've just tweaked the reverb levels a little bit. So now I've really got something that I'm quite happy with. So really, just by changing that from a pick bass to a muted Strat guitar and just altering the EQ, putting a little bit of reverb, to me, it's now brought that pick bass to the fore, which is what you hear in those classic Bert Kaempfert arrangements. So I hope that was useful. Be back very shortly with another little hint and tip.